and it says that this hangout on there is live. And basically doing this somewhat long code kata of building a Get Ride app, and it's analogous to Uber or Lyft. I'm also practicing domain-driven design, and also practicing this notion of specification as a library. There's two domains right now. There's a ride domain, there's an account domain. The way that this is organized is every domain has a specification folder. Each specification folder is going to have a specification library as well as the tests that's specific to that domain, right? So for your ride domain, you have a ride.specification, you have your ride.test, two libraries. For your account domain, you have your account.specification, your account.test. As we look at the specification, we see specification is composed of two different files, language and operations. Your language is your common terminology for that particular domain, such as passenger location, cancellation ID, canceled ride, ride state as a discriminated union, a ride in handler, which I'm not even sure if that's being used anywhere. And this ride in handler is not being used anywhere. Comment that out, attempt to build. There's also operations. So operations is basically partitioned into three different sections. There's a before ride module, a during ride module, and a after ride module. Okay. I like the way that that's set up. Before a ride, you can request a ride, you can cancel a ride. If you request a ride, it takes a passenger, it takes a pickup location, a destination, and the result is going to be a pending ride option. Either you're going to have some pending ride or you're not going to have a ride at all. Hence, there may not be any drivers within that vicinity. Cancel ride requires a pending ride as input, and the result is a canceled ride. Okay, it looks like my solution built, so I don't need this right here. I wonder if I have a cancellation fee in here. I don't have a cancellation fee in here either, but that should probably be a test later on. And before I forget, let me go ahead and add that. So in the ride.test, well, they're probably an account, I probably should have a cancellation fee. Canceling ride results in cancellation fee, something like that. I don't know if canceling has two L's in it or one L. I could delete that. And over here, how do you spell cancellation? Cancellation. Yeah, it has two L's in it. Okay, so this is another test that I need to write. Get rid of this ignore right here. And we could get rid of this ignore right here, okay? What I was originally going to do is I was going to start filling out this test for payment transactions. But in a way, I think that this canceling ride results in cancellation fee. I think that probably should be a higher priority. So this is going to be interesting to implement. I have my doubts that I'll get this done in this video, but I'll do the main setup for this. Setup, test, verify. Okay. Now what? Well, we can probably reference our ride tests for canceling a ride. So the ride test over here has a cancel ride, and this is it right here. Okay. So if I go into my transactions, and we could close this fee right here. We close that right there. Canceling a ride, we have something like this. Okay. Now this is going to rely on a ride specification as well as a ride view model. It'll probably rely on a ride domain as well, but let's do that right here. And I need to say, I need to open a ride.view models like that. And I need to, this for cancel requested, that is probably a open ride dot specification dot operations maybe, or it's going to be a language. Well, no, operations dot before ride like that. Okay. And let's see if the solution builds. And the solution builds. Okay. So now what? Well, all this right here, if I were to execute this test, this should be a view model dot canceled should equal true. And if I do Control RT on this test, it's literally pretty much a copy paste. So it should just be for this particular test, that should be green. It should pass. Okay. And it does. This is it right here. And we see that the test passes. But that's not the actual test that we want to do. I just wanted to make sure that the canceled was set to true. What I want to do is I want to there's a request.execute. And then there's a cancel.execute. Somewhere in here, there's a for cancel requested, and then there's a mock cancel requested handler. Okay. That cancel requested handler broadcasts to a handlers for cancel confirmed. For cancel confirmed, there's nothing in here. And that raises kind of a flag because you should first be able to confirm that you should be able to confirm that you want to cancel a ride before the ride becomes canceled. And that doesn't look like it's in here. So let me set a breakpoint right here and let me debug that. And broadcast to handle and on cancel confirmed was injected in this view model for get ride. That's where it's at. Okay. And we see that. We see that that's right here. Okay. So that test appears to be valid. Now what? Well, so that on cancel confirmed was actually handled inside the view model itself, and that's what I want. In addition to that, I want to add another function for this on cancel confirmed. And what I want to do is I want to have I want this function for on cancel confirmed to basically generate a cancellation fee. So maybe I have my let me see. There's this payment or this pay fee. This was not related to a view model at all. This was specific to an operation that ultimately relies on the external system. All right, you pay a fee as an external system. External system validates the bank card or the payment type, and then it says it was successful or it failed. Okay. And of course, this pay fee needs to be handled before you get a ride. And then if there's any issues, then there can be some updates to that fee if there's any complaints about the ride afterwards. That's another test for another time. But I think it's important to put that shell in here. So there needs to be another test that is we could say fee is paid before ride, and that's going to be your setup, and that's going to be your test, and that's going to be your verify. Okay, and false. False should equal true. Okay. So this is another skeleton that needs to be implemented later. But this canceling ride results in cancellation fee. Maybe this is all it needs right here. It's this type of structure. So for this canceling ride results in cancellation fee, should be canceled ride. I don't know if canceled has two L's in it or not. Does canceled have two L's in it? That's okay. Okay. So canceled ride results in cancellation fee. And that should have, I'm thinking, let foo, because I can't think of anything else right now, equals. Then over here, I have some validated card, pay with some ride fee. Okay. Now, maybe I need to have a there's a some fee. So maybe in here I should have some cancellation fee. Something like that. And I think I have a cancellation fee defined already. So then this is a some pending ride, okay? Okay. Let's make sure everything still builds. And this over here should be some cancellation fee. And attempt to build again. And Visual Studio freezes. And this error says that it's expected to have a ride fee, but here has a cancellation fee. Okay, so mock.pay maybe should be a pay for ride. And over here, maybe it's pay for cancellation. And that would be a cancellation fee like that. This ride receipt is this receipt right here. Okay, so let's bring this back because now we're gonna continue to have pay. Okay, but we're going to have this ride fee there's going to be a ride fee, and there's going to be I thought I had cancellation fee in here. Cancellation fee is in the ride specification.language. The ride fee is in common, or is in our core. Oh, we should keep this stuff together. Okay. Okay, now what? This fee right here, is that really necessary? Maybe. I don't think it is. We have fee of, or we have, maybe it is. Hold up, let me put it back. This fee, you see, I want to do this. I want to make this a discriminated union. So maybe there's a type, fee type equals, and then you have a for ride. I just say ride of ride fee, and then you can have a, why isn't this being liked? Ride fee is not defined. Maybe you have, because that's an uppercase I. And then you have cancellation of cancellation fee, like that. Okay. Okay. Now what? Well, I have a fee type right here that I can use in the pay function, and the pay function can pattern match on a ride or a cancellation. So if I do that, what I really want to do is I want to have like this fee type up here, but the compiler is going to screen because it doesn't know what that is. Okay. Even if I put this up here, then this isn't going to be recognized. I think I could do and here and here. Okay. So now we have a ride fee. No. Now we have a fee type. And this still doesn't feel right. This still doesn't feel right. A ride fee should, I don't like this either. Let's kill all that. And go back to our mock here and pay ride, and this would be a cancellation. This cancellation would be a cancellation fee. And this ride receipt is, that's fine. And then we'll just have a cancellation receipt. So this receipt right here should really be a ride receipt. Okay. And then we can have a cancellation receipt. That's something like here, right? Cancellation receipt. And that ride is going to be a pending ride. That fee is, okay, this fee over here is that's fine. And that's fine, okay. Your transaction history should have both ride receipt and cancellation receipt. So that will be a type receipt type equals, and then you have a ride, I don't know if I want to say ride receipt of ride receipt, and then you could have a cancellation receipt of cancellation receipt, like that. Okay. So then your transaction history can be a receipt type list. Okay. Now what? Well, your pay cancellation, that looks okay. Your ride receipt, well, your ride receipt is up here, but now we just added a cancellation receipt. So now we can do something like this and say cancellation receipt. And this is the cancellation fee. All right. So that could be, let's just leave that as fee. And so here you have your fee.ride. Uh-oh. Up here, we need to change this to cancellation receipt. And so here we have our fee. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. So cancellation receipt, I think we should change that to this fee. I'll visit this later. Ideally, this should be like feed that amount. Okay. Now what else? This ride receipt. Well, that's a cancellation receipt. Okay. Is there anything else that we need? Control Shift B. I want to fix this over here. I want that to be fee dot amount instead of fee dot fee. So it's building, and we have an error here. Before I hit that error, I want this to be amounts, and that will help out with the readability. Okay, so that looks better. And the same thing with this right here. This ride fee, well, we could just call this fee like that. And then over here, we can say amounts like that. Okay. And that should be okay. If I scroll up here, this ride fee, yeah, that should be okay. Now, if I go up here, this is mock dot to pay ride, okay, and that compiles. And then this over here is mock dot pay cancellation, and that should build. Okay. Now what? Well, everything builds now, but we can have over here, call that on cancel confirmed, but maybe that's not a good name. We say pay for cancellation, like that. Okay. And that is going to be our for cancel confirmed. That pay for cancellation. Can I do that like this? You throw that in this for cancel confirmed. That takes a ride state. Okay. So here you have state, which is a no. We could do this right here. We could do function, and then over here we can have a ride state. Ride state. Go back. Bring it back. We have ride state And then we can have dot ride canceled. And I don't know if that takes anything, but we'll do something like that right there. Then we could remove that. And then we can do this right here. And then we can go ahead and add a wildcard of anything else we don't care about. If anything else, then we just we don't care about. Or maybe we just say assert.fail for anything else. I don't think so though. We just don't care about it. And we can say that we can say let mutable and you can say la 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 fee paid equals false. Okay. And in the event that this is okay, then we say fee paid equals true. Okay. Which means that we no longer need to say assert.fail there. Okay. And that should be okay. So then we can say that we should be able to say that fee paid should equal true down here for a test. Okay. So if I attempt to run this test, this is canceled ride results in cancellation fee, which is this right here. If I hit debug for that particular test, we'll see what happens. And that passes. Feed is paid is triggered. Okay. Is there anything else I could do? Nah. I mean, there's opportunities to shorten this up, but I think this is okay for now. So canceled ride results in cancellation fee. What I actually did was it results in paid cancellation fee. Just for consistency, this name should get updated right here. Results in paid cancellation fee. Uh-oh. Why didn't this get ran? Okay. And so that test is done. Now there is a, well, that's what I wanted to do. What's the difference between cancel ride results in paid cancellation fee versus fee is paid before ride? Well, those sound like different tests. Or are they different tests? Well, your ride canceled. That still takes a pending ride, right? You look at that, the ride canceled, the ride state dot ride canceled, its payload is a pending ride. And so we say mock some validated card, and we mock some pay cancellation of a mock.sum cancellation fee, and all that is of a pending ride. We don't even get to an en route ride. It's a pending ride. So that is done in here. So you could say canceled pending ride results in paid cancellation fee. Or you can say deducted. No, you say deducted. Well, that makes me think that there's a balance left. You could say results in cancellation fee being paid. Or you could say cancellation fee transaction. Which means that because this ride canceled can only be a pending ride, it can't be anything else. And what I mean by that is if I go here, it's a pending ride, meaning that it's not even en route yet. Then this test is no longer needed. Okay. Control remote, collapse all the tests. And so I have pay fee, which is there. I have cancel pending ride results in cancellation fee transaction, which is right there. And payment transactions. This is still on the to-do list. For right now, I'm going to ignore this. And if I run all my tests, everything should still be green, with the exception of this test that I just ignored. That's going to be orange. Payment transactions is orange. That's this right here. Everything else, my 21 other tests, they're all green. Okay. So now I usually have this checklist where I just recheck my imports to make sure that they're all being utilized. And that looks good. Scroll up here. That looks okay. La 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 la. This ride pending is never used. This ride requested. I wonder, like these are all the different states, but so far I don't think any of them are being used. I could try to comment this out, and if it still builds, then I can delete that. And to build it again. Okay, so this ride pending appears to not be needed as of right now. What else? This ride requested, that should be used somewhere. If I happen to comment that out, attempt to build, of course, it's going to show up right here. So that doesn't appear to be used either. Okay. What else? This cancel requested definitely is being used. I know that for a fact. The ride canceled is definitely being used. I know that for a fact. What about this en route? Is that being used? I go over here and en route. Build that. Nope, en route's not being used either. So far, these appear to be the only states that actually matter right now for the current application. Cancel requested, ride canceled, and ride ended. Okay. I wouldn't have imagined that, but that's the reality for this application right now. Okay. So that's less lines of code. And delete that or remove that file. That looks okay. Let me scroll down some a little bit. Okay. And that's my mock file. That's okay. This is operation. No. There's this language over here. This get ride. That appears to. Oh, that's my view model. That's okay for right now. What else? Confirm cancel ride. All this stuff is okay for now. These are account related tests. All that stuff looks okay for now. And operations, all that looks okay for now. Okay. So now when I check in, I try to make a practice to review all the files that I have open to make sure that there's nothing dangling that could be cleaned up. And I go ahead and commit. And I say that I added tests for paid cancellation. How to do this? Paid cancellation of pending ride. Okay. And commit all and push. Okay, so that's being committed in GitHub. It's Bizmonger, or it's GitHub/Bizmonger/get ride. That's where the source code is. Next video, again, I'll attempt to fill out the tests for payment transactions. All right, I'm out. I'm Scott Nimrod. Peace, adios, and